Once upon a time, in a small village, lived a man named Victor and his wife, Clara. Victor was a milkman. Together, the husband and wife owned a cowshed. The couple took great care of their cows, feeding them the best hay and ensuring they remained healthy. Because of their diligent care, all of Victor's cows produced excellent quality milk. The entire village relied on him for their daily milk supply. Victor and Clara earned well and lived a comfortable life, but despite their good fortune, Victor was not satisfied. Victor often dreamt of buying a grand house and dressing in the finest clothes. I saw a beautiful mansion on the outskirts of the village. Victor told Clara one evening, "We should buy it. We can get an expensive car and many servants to attend to us. We will wear luxurious clothes, and all the villagers will be envious of us." Clara sighed. "Greed will lead you nowhere, Victor. We earn well and should be content with what we have. How can you be happy in this small house and among these cows?" Victor scoffed. "The smell of these cows is unbearable. This is our livelihood, Victor." "Not for long," he muttered. "Mark my words one day, I will be the richest man in this village." Each day as Victor sold milk, the villagers praised him. "Victor, your milk is the best. So fresh and healthy," they said. "Yes, yes," Victor boasted. "But one day, I will sell all these cows and never have to deal with their smell again." "Victor, these cows are your source of income. You should not complain. A villager advised I sell fish for a living, and though it smells, I don't mind. It is honest work. Perhaps you were meant to sell fish, but I am meant for greater things, luxury and wealth. Greed will get you nowhere, my friend," the villager warned. The sooner you realize that, the better. Victor ignored the advice. He was eager to become wealthy and constantly looked for ways to increase his earnings. "This is too little," he grumbled, looking at his daily earnings. "How can I sell more milk? My cows are healthy, but I need more milk to sell. If only I had another cow, but I don't have enough money for that." As he walked home deep in thought, he passed a river. Suddenly, an idea struck him. "What if I mix a little water into the milk? That way, I can sell more milk without buying another cow. No one will notice if I add just a little. It's the perfect plan." The next morning, Victor filled his milk containers only halfway. He then stopped by the river and added water to them. That day, he sold the diluted milk to the villagers at the usual price. With the extra milk, he traveled to a neighboring village and sold more. Victor was delighted. "This is brilliant. Soon I will be rich." As days passed, Victor's wealth grew. He bought a car and renovated his house. Greedy for more, he continued adding water to the milk instead of buying another cow. As demand increased, so did the amount of water in the milk. However, the villagers soon noticed the change. "Victor, your milk tastes like water," a villager complained. "How dare you accuse me? My milk is the best," Victor snapped. "We pay for milk, not water. You cannot fool us anymore. If you don't like it, buy elsewhere." "I have many other customers," Victor shouted and stormed inside his house. Suspicious, the villagers decided to investigate. The next morning, they secretly followed Victor and saw him adding water to the milk at the river. "So this is how he is getting rich. He has the same number of cows, but is selling more milk." Determined to teach Victor a lesson, the villagers devised a plan. That evening, Clara went to the market to buy pulses. When she cooked dinner, Victor bit into a stone among the pulses. "What is this? Are these stones?" he shouted. "No, they are pulses," Clara replied, confused. "I can't believe this. The vendor cheated you. I will go see him tomorrow." That night, they went to bed hungry. The next morning, Victor angrily confronted the vendor. "You sold us stones instead of pulses," he fumed. "If you don't like it, buy elsewhere." The vendor retorted, frustrated. Victor went to buy eggs. When he cracked them at home, he found that most were rocks. "What is this? I paid for eggs, not rocks," he yelled at the seller. "Just like we paid for milk, not water." The vendor said, "If you don't like it, buy elsewhere." Furious Victor went to buy a silk shirt. On his way home, it rained. The water washed away the dye, revealing the fabric was made of cheap jute. For days, everything Victor bought was fake or of poor quality. He was outraged. "Why can't they sell me the right things? They are cheating me." But then he realized he had done the same to them. Soon, even the neighboring villagers stopped buying milk from Victor. With no money left, he was forced to sell his belongings. Once wealthy, he was now a poor milkman with only a few cows and a handful of customers. Clara sighed. "Now do you see what you have done? Your greed has made us poor. Had you continued selling good milk, we could have bought a big house honestly. All you needed was patience and hard work." Victor lowered his head. "You're right, Clara. I didn't just lose money, I lost the trust and respect of my customers." From that day on, Victor never added water to the milk again. He worked honestly, grateful for what he had, and never let greed take over his heart again.